All right, guys, good morning. I'm back again doing some bar today. I'm going to try not to disturb the rest of the family that's sleeping, but here's the deal. So we're going to start class, and what I'm going to have you grab is a chair. You can flip it backwards, and that will serve as your point of contact for the bar. And then grab a towel, grab some water, and here's the deal. We don't have any weights in the house, so what I found is the cupboard. So hopefully you've stocked up, and 16-ounce vegetarian, my style, can of beans, can of soup, can of whatever. So most of them are about 12 to 15, 16 ounces. Grab that. We'll use just one as a dumbbell today, and if you've got dumbbells, great, use those. So we'll get started and use the options that I give you, and we'll just burn some calories and do some strength and get her done. All right. So I'm going to start you in a second position. Just float the arms out to the side, take a plie and rise. And just float the arms, shoulders heavy. Find yourself settled into the edge of the feet. Nudge the knees out. Let the arms float up with you. As you sit down, push the knees backwards. If you've never done bar before, you don't have to know ballet. You just need to know how to set the body. So the feet are turned out just what's natural to your hips. And as you sit down, you give a nice press out into the thigh bones. You always want to keep the shoulders heavy and keep the neck long. We're trying to warm up the shoulders, warm up the legs. We'll get the legs burning a little bit. When you need a break, just take it. Take a deep breath. Do what works for you. So let's start here with a little bit of heat. Pulse it. Give a nudge back to the knees. Wiggle out your toes a little bit so you don't find that pressure in the toes. Pressure. Find yourself settling back in the tailbone. So when you sit down, tuck the tailbone. Keep the back long. Draw the belly button into the center. Let's add the arms to it. So bring them up. But you want to keep the hips low. You're moving like in this range. Small movement in the legs, big movement in the arms. Lean back a little bit so your ribs feel like they're back. You're turning on the abs. You should feel it burning by now, so make sure you're breathing. Keep going though. That's how it works. Barre burn. Little calories, a little burn in those muscles. As you keep breathing, keep settling. Let's sit down a little deeper and hold it. Reach side to side. So we're going to turn on the core. Right? Do a little lateral work. But the whole time you're taking those thighs and you're pushing them backwards. Keeping the weight back in the edge of the foot and the heel. Take your right arm, reach it over and out. Now this left arm just kind of floats. And if you want to put it down at any point, just put it down. Give it a break, shake it out, right? Give your shoulder a break, float it back out again. Sit down a little deeper. I know we'll start floating up. Here's 4 and 3, 2. Let's go to the other side. Here we go. Reach and over. Again, lean back a little bit. Make sure the abs are working. Make sure the knees are pushing back. You want to feel like your tailbone will drop into the floor. Your ribs are leaning back. And we're just gliding side to side. There's nothing forward here. It's about a plie, not a squat. So we want to make sure we keep posture. Here's 4, 3, 2. All right, let's flush it out a little bit, shall we? Push it up. Now when you pull your elbows down, pull them into your ribs. Squeeze the arms up to the ears. Find a plie, right? None of this. You want to sit down. Use the knees, use the legs. The longer you reach the arms, the longer you find that heart rate rising. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. You gotta use your arms and your legs to get the heart rate up. So ear tipping side to side again. We don't want to be here. We want to be back here, stacked over the hips, using that lateral work. Deep in the knees again. And then add a little pop to the top. Push the toes out. Squeeze the knees. Find your way through length, through the tips of the toes. Strong, long legs are the key here. And that strong plie. So just starting to push the heart rate a little bit. Keep breathing. All right, sweep it out here. Give the shoulders a break, but stay low. So you're gonna move your feet a little bit wider. It's about sliding side to side. Your arms are floating through the middle, shoulder height, or maybe a little above to get the heart rate back up again. But we're challenging core stability again. So not leaning forward, leaning back, and brushing the air side to side. Stay low, push. Give your shoulders a little twist. You don't have to look anymore. You can just stay straight ahead. Otherwise, it makes you kind of nauseous looking side to side. So just keep it here. Your neck's super limber. Turn the shoulders. Push into your legs so you feel that push back to add a little more strength to twist. Here's 4, 3, 2. All right, come back up for me. Reach it side to side. So feet are a little wider this time. Push your knee back every time it bends. And that straight leg's gonna push straight through the floor, like you're pushing something away from you. Reach the arms, lean back. Again, I could be here or here. Stay tall. Reach like you're gonna grab something from either side of the room. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's try something a little different here. Bring your arms in, twist like we did before, but you're not touching the legs. You're using that stability and strength in the core. And then the arms reach. Again, your head can stay right here. You don't have to look side to side. Find your way into your hips. So as you're working, you're pushing your hips back. As you reach, turn your shoulders. Find that spin. Now listen, we're gonna push it up. Stop the toes. Find a tip side to side rather than lean forward. And anytime you'd like, you can take your base foot and pop it into a releve. So push off the heel. Perfect. Remember, it's not a teeter-totter. So find your plie in the middle. Drive it from the bottom to the top. Nice. Keep pushing. Let's go low again. Twist, side to side. Eyes stay ahead, but you do you, right? If you want to look, look. If that helps you turn your shoulders and your ribs, do it. Take your feet a little wider, take your hips a little deeper. And remember, we're thinking about pushing the hips backwards. You should be way back past your heels with your hips. Pushing the floor away on the straight leg. Pressing the knee back on the bent knee. Keep breathing, keep pushing. Awesome. Let's brush it. Low, low. Again, we're not trying to rise and fall. We're trying to slide side to side. Arms above the shoulders. Point the toe and lean it, right? Rock those ribs side to side. Turn on the abs. Add that intensity. Stay low here a little longer. And breathe. Perfect. Keep low, keep low. 4, 3, 2. We're going to pop it up to the top. Push. So again, your elbows come right in here to your ribs. Squeeze it up to your ears. Tip it side to side. Not here, not straight legs, bent to straight. All right, pop the leg up. Find that plie to push yourself off the floor. And again, can you find releve at the bottom? Pop the heel up. Some of you know what to do next, right? Pop it up to a hop. Doesn't mean you have to. Your choice. You're about lifting the heart rate. If popping off the floor does it for you, great. If sitting deeper makes that happen for you, your legs are big muscles, right? That's what raises the heart rate. Arms overhead, strong legs pushing you. Do you. 4, 3, we're back to the rock, side to side. Reach. Again, wide stance. Push the knee back, lean the ribs back. Reach those arms. Take the reach over top. Lean back. 4, 3, it's all about that lean. Use it. Other side, here we go. Take it out and over. You got it. Remember, shake it out, take a break when you want it. And when you're ready to come back in, just jump back in. Keep moving. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2. Beautiful, we're back to the twist. Again, use your eyes as you want to, but find your ribs. It's about your core, pushing back through the hips and twisting through the shoulders. We've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's pop to the top again. Push, you go right to where you want to be, right? Releve or not. Find that bend in your knees. Find your tip side to side. Find a little pop if you want. Push yourself up, settle yourself down. We're starting to dig in a little deeper to the heart rate, so lifting it longer. 4, 3, 2, sit down, sit wide, twist. Push hips back, get your shoulders twisted. Back to the top again. Again, go right to what's you. Hop, releve, or just keep the heels down, right? Use your legs. Push to a snap. Hold the elbows in strong. Sit down again. Twist. 4, 3, 2, we're going to the top. Up. 3, 2, sit down. 8. Here's 4, 3, we're back up. 4, 3, sit down for 4. 4, 3, 2, to the top. Sit down. Bring it up. Sit down. To the top. You got this. Sit down. Bring it up. Or we're cutting back a little bit more. 2s. It's 1 to each side. Hop to the top. Sit low. Snap up. If you've got time to hop, do it. If you've got time to releve, do it. But otherwise, just focus on the up and down. Low, lift. Beautiful. Keep pushing. 4, 3, 2. Now listen, we're going 1 of each. Down, left, up, right. Here's what I don't want you to do. Don't turn the shoulders yet. Just focus on twist, lift. Square head, twist. Now your right leg is long. We're not bending this knee to push. We're using the left leg to snap them off the floor. Using your twist. Now the arms are going to change slightly. Instead of bending through the middle, straight. Sweep it. A little more challenging to move a long arm. Again, it's tempting to want to twist. I'm doing it too. Try to keep yourself square. Twist to square. Sit down deep. Push the hips back. Snap the toes to a point. 4 more. Here's 3, 2. Stay low. Sit side to side. Twist. Ooh, breathe. Flush it out. Nudge the hips back again. Get those shoulders, you guys. The key is the technique. Finding full range and really being precise in what you're trying to move. 4, 3, 2. Awesome, we're heading back to the top. Elbows to your ribs. Remember, plie, rise is the minimum. Releve is your second. Hop is your third. You decide where you want to be. Use the legs, use the arms. Tip it, dig deep. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Here's 6, 4, 3. Sit low, sit low. Push yourself. Rock those hips back. Back to the top, back to the top. Find your home. 4, 3, 2, sit down. Two more. Last one. To the top. I know, I was off on count. Who knows? But it didn't feel right to me, so we straightened it out. Here's 4, 3, 2, sit low. We've got 4, 4, 3, 2, to the top. 4, find your home. Sit low. 4, to the top. By the way, you can put your shoes on if you want. If that bothers your feet, then do something different. To the top. 4, 3, 2, take it down. To the top, last time in 4s. Sit down for 2. And up. And drop. Bring it up. Drop down. Oh yeah. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Oh, so somebody. Christy, if you happen to be watching this, this is for you. We don't see you in the morning anymore, but I know how much you love Whitney Houston, even though it's not her on this one. Keep pushing. 2 more. Here's 2. Last one. Now listen, you're gonna go back to the bottom left. Take it up to the right. Sorry, bottom right, up to the left. Push, drop, push. Eyes here if you want it. Shoulders here and square. Push your hips straight back every time you bend your right leg. Sit down in that left foot. Long leg, little bend in the knee, but it's not your push point. It's a lever. Push, drop, push, drop. Keep digging deep. Snap the toes up. Drive it, drive it. Oh yeah. My lonely heart calls. Here we go, to the bottom. Spin. 4, 3, 2, to the top. Again, add your hop, add your releve, add your lift. Sit down. Here we go low. 4, 3, 2. You're back to the top. 4, 3, 2. Take it low, take it low. Take it to the top. Sit down. Take it up. Back to 2s. And up. And low. And up. Use it, use it. Sit deep. Push up. All right, guys. Pause there. I'm going to screw that up. Shake it out a little bit. Grab a drink. Grab a towel. Wipe your dewy brow. We don't want to make Whitney too long. First position, down and up. All right, we spend a lot of time in that second position. Time to slow it in a little bit. So when your legs come together, they squeeze in. Pull your inner thighs, but when you sit down, push the legs out. So we don't just want to be here. This happens, I want you to focus here. Straight up and down, like you're on a carousel horse, and that's your pole, going straight up and down. So the knees are active, engaging glutes and outer thighs. Arms, they stop maybe shoulder height, maybe heart height. If you can get them to the ears, get them there. If your shoulders are something you're watching, find your range, but keep moving. Now, can you add a releve to the top? Pop the heels. Breathe. Keep pushing, keep pushing. So every time you sit, make sure you're pushing the knees out. Now again, I'm going to give you options here, but we're going to lift our heart rate. Stay here, or every other time, add a hop. Here it is. Hop, releve, hop, releve. I hope you can hear that, Shannon. Here comes Jolene. Couldn't go without it. And we're popping. So I might sing in a minute, because it's a good one. Again, if you don't want to hop, don't do it. Stay right here. Stay in releve, or add it in. 2 more. 1. All right. Plie. Again, catch your breath here a moment. I'm going to grab my chair, flip it around. Candy beans is coming, don't worry. So find your chair. Let's go ahead and put right hand on the chair, left foot in front. And your heel's going to land right at your big toe, the base of your big toe. You're going to scoot back, or right into the arch. Natural turnout, whatever's you. Push the foot. Push the foot. So here's the deal. When you push, point the toe as soon as your foot leaves the floor. Last thing to come off the floor is the tip of your toe. The first thing to come down is the tip of the toe. And what you want to do is find your toes kind of pulling backwards. Pinky toe pulls this way every time it comes to the floor. That way you're engaging rotators, glutes, outer thigh. 1 or both arms, lifts. Actually, let's do this. Float that arm up, bring it down. Keep the abs on. So again, we want to stay stacked over the hips, tall. If you want to bring both arms in, feel free. Take it down. Jolene. I missed my first Jolene. Little dolly mix. Keep the chin up. Keep your eyes focused. So if you leave the bar, or leave the chair rather, then really focus on the eyes, core stability. Find that strength to stay tall. If this base leg, your right leg's starting to hurt, it's natural. Plie for a moment. Make your movement a little smaller. It lands a bit more in front. Good, good. Or straighten it out. When you're ready, again, you decide 1 or both arms. Keep breathing here. Keep the shoulders from rocking, nice and still. And even pull your ribs forward a little bit. Turn on the abs. 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we're going to create some intensity here. Stay at the top. This is a little one. Here's the deal. Your foot moves like 2 inches, yeah? And you're squeezing your thigh, rock hard tight, rotate it out away from you. And I want you to think about lifting with the heel. Inner thigh, arch. Arms are up, 1 or both. You could add them in if you want. So again, use your bar to create stability, but don't hang on to it. Your bar, your chair, whatever it is you've got there as support. Keep breathing. I don't care if your foot's an inch off the floor. If it's up here, great, good for you. Keep it there, keep it strong. Wherever it is, 2 inches. Breathe, breathe. Should be burning. Again, plie if you need a break in the right leg. 4, 3, we're going to flush this out. You're going to step out to the side. Second comes into that same 5th position. Foot in front, slide it into the base of the big toe, slide it into the arch, whatever feels natural. Arms open and close. So the deal is, when we're in second, we're sitting. That same position, tall. Don't lean forward, lean back, lift. That's what creates our challenge in plie. It makes the glutes work, makes the spine and the core work. Now, when you come in, you're just as tight as you are then. So keep it squeezing. Option to come up to releve. Good, good. Inch back out, a little deeper if you can. 3 more. I'm going to put my heel down because we're going to pick up the pace, double time. Down and up. Every time you step out, push the knees back, lift up tall. Now, if your shoulders need a break, try this one. Or even come in front, right? But keep the arms moving. Keep the legs moving. Here's second step. You can pop that releve. Just make sure you're getting to plie every time. Straight, bend, straight, bend. And those that want to leave the floor, they're called ballet jacks, at least that's what I call them. Your feet crisscross, crisscross. So fifth in front and back, front, back. Now you don't have to hop. You can keep your step, keep pulling, keep leaning back, keep driving away from floor. Keep squeezing those inner thighs. You decide where you want to be. Here it goes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. All right, find a grand plie. All right, I'm gonna flip my chair around. You can either turn the other way or flip it with me, whatever you've got going. Same rules apply on this side. Bring that inside or outside foot to front. Inside is closest to your chair. And brush it out. Up, up. Again, it can be brushed 2 inches off the floor. Low, high, you decide. As long as this isn't happening, right? You're keeping still. Lift it up, head over the shoulders. One or both arms. Just slide your heel right back to the floor. Super important that your heel comes back down. If your heel doesn't touch, I guarantee your hips are crooked. Maybe not this much, but as soon as the heel's off the floor, your legs are uneven, right? So keep pulling the heel down. One or both arms. We're not halfway there, but we're getting there. Abs on. Pull the ribs forward a little bit so you don't take it in the low back. And again, remember, if this leg gets tired, especially right here in the glutes, bend your knee, push it out. Stand up when you're ready. Keep breathing. Brush to a point. Squeeze the thigh. Nothing bends on this moving leg. Toes are pulling back every time they touch the floor. Keep pulling. Breathe, breathe. We gotta have the same amount of work, same amount of burn on this side. Here's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Stay at the top now. Pulses. So again, I want you to rotate the knee out. Try to find your arch of your foot, heel of your foot. That's where you're lifting. Again, it moves this much, 2 inches, yeah? Now it can be low 2 inches, high 2 inches. Pull your ribs forward and add one or both arms, you decide. So here we are, keeping it still up top. Again, anytime you want to, plie that base leg. Keep pulling, give it a shot, keep pushing. If you want both arms, take them. Keep it snug here. Squeeze your kneecaps up. Oh, living on a prayer. Keep going. 8, 7, that's right. 6, it's trickery. Here's 4, 3, 2, congratulations, really 16. Step it out and in. So again, slide your foot in front. Plie, sit down. We've got time in the slow pace. I want you to open the knees, push them back. Sink, squeeze in. Pull the inner thighs. Make sure your foot lands on the floor, right down inside your foot, or your base foot. Again, always the option to change the arms. If you're watching shoulders and you need to be low, do it. But keep them moving. 2 more. Now add a releve if you want to the top. Pop the heels. That's again a time maybe you want to touch the chair. Give yourself that reminder of balance. It's light. Don't have to grab. 2 more. Here's where we pick up the pace. Drop your heels. Double time. So the foot comes in front. Oh, living on a prayer. Keep pushing. Arms stop shoulder height. I forgot to mention that. Make sure they're not going way down here. That's part of the grace, keeping the carriage of the arms. Again, bend the elbows if you want. Can you find a releve at the top? Pop the heels, squeeze it in. Push out as you sit. Keep hugging it in. For those that want jacks, here we go. Crisscross the legs. One time front, one time back. But every time you sit, you've got to sit the heels down. Push the knees open. Bend your elbows if you wanted. It's up to you where you take your heart rate. Find your strength. Keep driving. Don't stop, don't stop. We gotta equally work here. So again, if you're stepping, make it powerful. Make it powerful. I'm your, not really your man, but here we are singing. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's pause right there. Plie. All right. Yeah. Sweat dripping in the room. Wipe your brow. Grab a drink if you want it. So we're going to add a little resistance in. I'm going to flip my chair back around. So you're going to switch sides again. Go back to your left side working. And here's the deal. I'm actually going to go this way. So I'm going to have my bar here, my chair at the side. Find that same good position, but this time the leg inside is going to tuck right back here. Plie. Elbow goes back. I'm going to shoot this leg back to an arabesque and float it up and kick it up. So here's my can of vegetarian refried beans. Grab your 1 pound weight. Believe me, you don't need much more. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Now my hand on the chair can stay there, just a light touch, or you can float it off to find a little more control and balance. Your base leg does nothing but bend, so make sure you're in a plie, pushing your knee towards your chair. If it comes in, then we find the inside of the knee compromised, so push it out and engage the glutes and outer thighs. This top leg just rises and falls. There's no bend, it's not flailing out going high, it's 2 inches, right? Now let's talk about the arm for a moment. It stops right here at the hip. I want you to give your shoulder blades a squeeze. No soft space here. Lock it. Pull the shoulder blade back in and keep digging in here. If you want to do it right now. Am I right? If you want to do it right, you're going to get more out of it. Keep pushing. 4, 3, 2, follow me. I'm going to go out to the side, push it. Push it. Same thing we did in the beginning, but we're finding it with a little resistance, and we're only going to do one side. You're going to snap the toes to a point, lengthen out, drop your elbows shoulder height. Again, rock solid core. This arm can join you if you want to. That we've got true balance. Keep pushing. Do it right now. If you want to do it right now. Keep driving, because we're going to speed it up in a moment. Add heart rate to strength, and here we go. Double time. I'm going to grab that chair. Use it. Now here's what I don't want. Don't stay here. Don't stay tipped. Rock it. It doesn't have to be big, right? It can be small. Just find your plie. Plant your heel down. Push your toes out. One or both arms. Not down here. No soft arm at the top. Squeeze the elbow. Get a full push up. Snap your toes. Squeeze your quads. You can always add that releve if you want. Awesome, you guys, keep pushing. Drive it, drive it. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, pause right there. All right, I'm flipping this guy around. Same rules apply. So I'll start it sideways. And in a plie second, or first. Slide it back to an arabesque. Pop the elbow, hold it there, squeeze the shoulder blade, pulse. So again, push your base knee to your chair. Drive it out towards the outer edge so that when you sit down, it's not here and it's certainly not falling in here. It's pushing out to the pinky toe. You can take as deep a plie as you want. Chin up. So don't look at your toes, look out in front. Now the other arm can hold out if you want balance. And let's focus on this leg. Squeeze it tight. No soft knees, right? We think we need to soften. That loses half the work. Most of the space and length gives you that extra intensity. And that's where you find yourself challenging. Pinch the shoulder blades. And make sure the hand's not flying way up here, right? Stop it right here at your hip. We're only worried about the triceps, not the biceps. Dig in. Keep sitting down. Keep pushing. That's right, we've got 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step out to the middle. Sink and push. So again, I'm going to use my bar, my chair, my wall, whatever you've got there. Stop the elbow here, shoulder height, not to your ribs, not here right now. We're going to be controlled, pressing the knees out. Sitting down on the edge of the feet. Deep set. Power it. Now if you want to add both arms, you can. Make sure you're snapping your toes to a point. Lift that leg strong. That's half your work. Here we go, double time. Touch it. And again, it's easy to stay right here. Rock those shoulders. Even if it's tiny, I want you to feel your core engage, that movement left to right. Again, elbow stop, shoulder height. Snap your toes, snap it. Strong. Push away. Both arms if you want it. Deep plie, find your heel landing on the floor. Push, push, push. Almost there. Again, if you want to releve, pop it in. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Put your can down. Shake it out a little bit. Now, I'm going to flip it back. Find that hand on the chair and bring yourself back into first position. Now this is going to be a pop out in front. Your knee is bent and it's floating out to the outside heel. We bring it from first, up. Now if it feels more comfortable to bring it into fifth, a little bit more ahead or mid of the foot, then you can do it that way. But I want you to pop your toes off the floor. So when your foot leaves the floor, push it away, push it away. Snap to a point. Use that as a rebound, right, to pop up and then suck the leg right back down. Arms back in. I'm going to give you one option right here. You can go full balance, full control, or just take that single arm. You decide. Calves on, ribs forward, shoulders steady. Snap it, snap it. Keep pushing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now this is going to brush it out. So it's up and back and up. When you come back, I want you to sit down in your base leg, plie, and then stand up. Your moving leg only straightens through the middle. So as your foot brushes to your base foot, straighten the leg. Brush, straight. Lift with your heel, both directions. And the arms go out and in, and out, and in. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, find a plie. Spin it around. Same rules apply. You're either fifth or first. Light touch, arm can start at the top, brush up to your attitude. Again, knee pokes open, heel draws up the middle. Get your entire foot back to the floor, none of this, where you're touching, full touch, toe and heel. And snap the toes, push the floor away, push, push, push. Arms are up, one or both. So I can take a single arm or both. Keep the ribs forward. It's easy to want to lean back here when your hip flexors get tired, but then your low back hurts, so don't do it. Pull forward. Keep it strong. Into my arms, and blow like a flower. Keep pushing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Snap your toes. Pop that knee out, pop that knee out. Lift with your heel. 6, 5, 4, 3. Here we are. Hover at the top. Pulse it up, up. Now, focus on your foot. Don't think about your thigh bone. Only think about your foot lifting. Ribs forward. Again, you can add the arms. And if this time's getting tired pulling to the side, you can bring it front. Move it around a little bit. Do you, right? But keep moving. Keep squeezing. Lift with the arch. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Serious moonlight. Keep pushing. Almost there. Last 8 coming up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good, we're gonna flush it out. Take it back and up, back and up, The arm floats forward, floats out. Every time you brush behind, sit down in your base leg. Stand up, lean in, stand up. Hold the heel, both directions, front, back. Breathe into it. Again, straight leg through the middle. Straight leg as your foot comes to the floor. Brush your toe and your heel, then come back to your bend. Those are all super important pieces to making this the challenge it is. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, good work. Again, grab your drink, wipe your breath off. Let's grab our can. All right, so we're gonna get kind of creative since we have one bit of food here to work with. Back to your first position. So we'll leave the bar. Bring that can between your hands. Don't squeeze it tight, just hang on to it and sit. Again, we're gonna pulse, but this time the legs don't come together. So that press out I talked about, not here, back here. You want a constant push out of the thigh bones, constant engagement, constant resistance. Arms are soft, so your elbow is bent a little bit. Hold it steady, down and up. We'll rise and fall. Good, good, keep pulling. Keep nudging the knees, keep leaning back a little bit. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Here's 4, 3, 2, perfect. Now pause here. You take it back to curtsy. So you're gonna take your left leg, tuck it back. It looks like this. Back heel is up. You're maybe 8 to 10 inches away from your front foot. And it's tucked behind just a little bit. It's not out here, it's not way over here, and it's certainly not back here, right? So here's your curtsy. Sit. Good, good. Now take the arm out. We're just gonna do this left arm. It's out and in. So he gets resistance, the other one doesn't. Core stability challenge, right? Because you've got lopsided work here. You want to keep pushing the knees out, just like we did in first here. The legs don't come together. So stay open. Press your thigh bones away from each other like we do when we're sitting in first or second. Now, nothing this, no soft arms. Full extension. Full extension. Squeeze the elbow and pull it back. Keep digging. Perfect. Push the knees out. Sit back in the base heel. And if you want a little more challenge, here it is. Watch your eyes. Set the gaze point so you have something to focus on. Take your front heel, pop it up. Find releve in both legs. If you've got your bar close by, your chair close by, you can keep that releve and put your hand on the bar. God, chair. Keep working. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Last 8 coming up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, find a soft plie. So step it out. Same hand, sit down where we were when we started. You're gonna lean over to the side. So I'm gonna lean, push this knee back, press this knee out, bring those elbows and spin your ribs right here. Kick it back. Little triceps, little biceps. So all we're doing is pushing our hips backwards. Make sure that you aren't leaning forward through the hips, only through the heart. Push out through your straight leg to the edge. Sit back into the base of your bent knee. Here's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Follow me. It's a push and a sit, a push and a sit. So you can keep your feet a little closer together. We don't have to leave the floor. Push it across. Here's where I want you to twist. Twisting across, twisting out, cross, out. Now you can take both arms. Again, only one's doing your work. Push. Eyes can stay in one spot, by the way. You can look if you want, but I'm not there to clean it up if you throw up. So keep it steady. Push. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. All right, shake that arm out a little bit. Find your way. Back out into your curtsy. All right, so again, 10 inches, maybe 12, maybe 8. Find your distance. So you want to feel weighted in both feet. Push down into your plie. Front heel is down. Knees are turned only to what your hips allow. So turn your feet to match that. Arms open and curl. Out and in. Lean back a little bit so your back leg does as much work as the front. We tend to put all the weight in that heel, make the front leg work harder. Doesn't have to. Back leg should work just as hard. Again, none of this, right? No soft mid. Full extension. It's a can of beans, right? Make it work. Squeeze. Watch those elbows that they're not dribbling down here, moving around. They keep frozen, steady, and abs on. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Yeah, don't let the legs come together, right? You're constantly pushing out. So again, we have those same options. Keep it steady here. One or both arms. Maybe pop that front heel. Find your way into your releve in both legs. Whether you use both arms or not is up to you. Keep pressing out, keep pulling in strong. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Press those thigh bones. Don't come up. Push. Dig deep. We got 8 more here. 8 more. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Pause right there. All right, so we're stepping to the other side, that wide stance. And again, you're gonna lean it, push through the base leg, soft bend in your knee, push this knee out, right? Not in. Your ribs are turning, so you've got the core turned on and the arms open. When you push back, make sure that this elbow isn't way down here. It's not out here. You've got your thumb facing the floor. Push. Hips back, hips back. So dot up here. Sit deep to find your intensity. Keep rotating the ribs. Keep settling back. Don't lock this knee. Keep it soft, but push through the edge of the foot. Last 8 right here. 8, 7, 6. Here's 4, 3. All right, we're gonna draw it across. So it's push, back. Turn your ribs here. Step your feet closer if you need to, which means your sit might be a little shallower. Same twist though. Same option for both arms. And again, find a place to focus your eyes. Rotate, kick. It's amazing how heavy a can of beans can be after a while, right? Keep digging in. Long legs at the top. Sit deep at the bottom. Push the hips back, back, back. Drive. Breathe. It's a cruel summer and it's not even here yet. 3, 2, 1, done. I hope you can hear that song, otherwise I sound like an idiot talking about a cruel summer, which is what the song is. Grab a drink, shake out the arms. All right, guys, wiggle it out a little bit. Let's loosen it up. Just curl the heels back towards your buns. So here I am. Find the point in my toes, of course. Drawing the elbows back, so we're just gonna loosen up the shoulders. Now open the palms. Loosen the chest. Cross the shoulders a little higher. All right, reach it out. Loosen the upper back. 4, 3, 2. Pause right there. Okay. Let's get this guy out of the way. Go ahead and grab a mat if you've got a towel or you can scoot to carpet. Go ahead and do that. And we're heading down to the floor. So we'll do a little bit of core work. I'm going to start this one on hands and knees. So as you come down, hands under your shoulders, spread the fingers out, pull the shoulders back. Let's take the left leg back, pulse it up. All right, I know we've been here before a little bit. Pull the shoulders back, But we're gonna add a little bit of core stability here. So as you're working here, make sure the shoulders aren't up here. You're pushing the floor away, like you're lifting up your heart through your shoulder blades. Your eyes are right down here in between your hands, right at your fingertips. That way we're not here hinging the neck. It's long neck. Press your shoulders back. Now take the back leg and just bend it. Push up. I want you to imagine you're holding something up with your foot, platter, right? And you're trying to push it up to the ceiling. Make sure we're not leaning out to the side. Keep it square. Hips squared, abs on. Keep pushing. Again, don't get sloppy in the shoulders. Push the floor away. Push the heart up and the shoulder blades into your ribs. 8, 7, 6. Here's 4, 3. We're going to take it from a lift to a crunch. Under. Long spine scoop. Now again, your eyes stay at the floor. Your ribs lift up. Pull to your knee. So you want to feel like you're doing a rounded crunch on the floor. You can point the toes if you want. Again, don't let your eyes move too much. Just keep that focus on your ribs, on your spine. Keep on breathing. Almost there. Keep driving it. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, loosen up. Rock it side to side. Shake out your wrists a little bit if you want. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Straight leg, pulse up. Shoulders back again. Pull it here. Don't let it be down here. Spread those shoulder blades. Pull the belly button in. Everything is steady from shoulders to hips right now. This back leg isn't soft, right? It's long and strong. Eyes right between your fingertips. Keep driving it. By the way, if your wrists get tired, just tuck those knuckles under. Neutral wrist, nice and straight. We'll keep that pressure out of the wrist. Otherwise, spread your fingers and get a good strong base. Don't let just the heel of the hand take it. Let the fingertips push down. Keep squeezing your butts. Keep pushing up. Don't lean it, right? Keep it set. 4, 3. Now just bend the knee. Pulse it up to the ceiling. We're going to flex the toes for right now. Like you're holding again a platter on the foot. Pushing it up to the ceiling. Easy to start leaning. So push into both hands. Let's take those shoulders. Give them a pull back again. Don't forget about them. Glutes should be on fire. Breathe, breathe. Again, we're going to keep it steady through the core just a little bit longer, and then we're going to add our crunch. Here it is. Punching up to the top. Lift, scoop it out. Lift, scoop. When I say scoop, I mean pull the belly button up to the spine. Tap your tailbone as your knee comes in. Pull your ribs to your knee or to your hips. Point the toe if you want, but keep moving. Up and hug, and up and hug. Try not to lean into that base leg. Keep it set in the middle. Creates more challenge for the back. Core stability. Push and hug, and push and hug. Breathe into it. Rock it. Full breath, full breath. 4. 2 more. I know I always say 4, but it's really 8. That's it. Come down. All right. Scoot back if you want. Stretch the arms in front. Wiggle it a bit side to side. Give your hips a bit of space. Come on up. Flip it around. Let's head to the floor and get a little bit of ab work in here. So roll it to your back. We'll start with the knees up and your hands down by your side. Float the feet so that they're level with the knees. Reach it out and in. Now, the first thing is that your low back should not leave the floor. So keep the low back hooked into the floor or imprinted, as they say in Pilates. Keep it snug. Hands beside you, shoulders heavy. Your legs can go up here, right? You decide what keeps your low back on the floor and where you find your intensity. You want more intensity? The leg lower creates that need to hold the abs tighter. So you decide where you want to work. Now if you can, bring your hands behind your head and lift your shoulders up. You can keep it here, elbows wide, hands behind the head, or you can reach it right here. Keep it snug. reach and hug. Reach, pull the back down, pull the belly button in. Keep it strong here, strong here. Again, if you want to put the shoulders down, hands down, do it. Hands under your buns gives you a little support for your low back, right? So if you need that, take it. Keep churning. We've got 4 more. Here's 4, 3. Now everybody, hands behind the head, stop your legs right here and pulse it. Keep the shoulders off the floor. So my legs here start 1. If you want a little bit more, lengthen it out. Even more, drop it down. You have 2 choices. You can support your head or you can reach. Doesn't matter if your knees are here, here, or here. Keep pulling. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. You've got 8 more. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Bring it down. Turn your head side to side if you want. Rock your knees a bit side to side. Take a moment there to just pause and let the feet come down. Now I want you to walk your feet together so the knees and feet are touching. Inner thighs are snug. Take your hands behind your head. And this time you twist just to your, left side. Left side. So squeeze and drop, or whatever side keeps your eyes on the camera, right? Or on the screen so that you can see that we're not moving the knees, we're just moving ribs and shoulders. Breathe into it. And your knees are going to want to wiggle, right? So you're going to keep your feet set, hips set, inner thighs tight. Now if you're twisting to your left, take your left leg, straighten it. If you're twisting to your right, take your right leg and straighten it. So your same side leg. And we're going to still, again, add some work with the legs. Remember that your legs are side by side here. This is your stopping point. Don't come any higher than this. But when your shoulders come down, you can take the leg down with it. Freeze it right at that same level you were before. You can drop it 2 inches. You can drop it all the way down. You can keep a little bend in your knee if you're watching low back. So find what works for you. Keep the low back on the floor. Rotate and breathe. Try to get the shoulder blade, and ribs to rotate with you. 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2. Now pause right there. Come back to center. Squeeze the knees together, feet together. Hug the low back to the floor. We're twisting the other way. Pick it up for a single twist. Again, shoulders moving, ribs moving, knees to feet. Set. Hips set. So the more we try to control the stillness in the legs, the more intensity we find to try to just let our core work. Keep breathing here. Now, again, whatever side you're twisting to, we're going to straighten that leg out. Squeeze your inner thighs, so use that for stability. Keep it there. Again, if you need to bend your knee, right? You do you. Keep the low back down. And the option is, as the shoulders come down, the leg comes down. Comes down 2 inches, 10 inches, doesn't matter. Just find some movement. Breathe out, breathe in. And remember, the legs match at the top. Don't let that moving leg pass the still leg. Breathe with it. You've got 4 more, and then we're going to alternate. 3, 2, here's what the alternate looks like. Bring the knees in, twist, and twist. So whatever knee is bent, that's the side you're twisting to, and the leg extends on the opposite. We bring the legs back to match at the center. Try to get your shoulders, shoulder blades, and ribs to rotate. Stay here or pick up the pace. Twist, twist. We're heading to the finish line, so dive in. Make it worth it all the way to the end, whether you're staying here or you're doubling up your pace. Push it home. Here's 8, 7, 6, keep driving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Perfect. Good work. Again, roll your head side to side. Take a little time for the neck. As your knees hang at the chest, roll it out a little bit. Just kind of relax into your back, or maybe rock your knees a bit side to side. I'm going to swap us to something a little different as we cool down. So while you're still rocking your knees side to side, take a couple of deep breaths in. Feed the body some of that oxygen you might have been shy of. And find your way into a heaviness in the back body, heaviness in the head. All right. Keep just your right knee at your chest and extend your left leg. Let it relax, let it heavy into the mat. Hug your knee into your chest.
Is it all right?
Roll your knee out a little bit.
If I come out, stay up, take this celebrate. If I stay here, you come back.
Take the arm on the opposite side and open it, and drop your knee to the outside so your inner thigh releases here. Roll the knee back and forth a little bit. Maybe pause somewhere where you feel like it maybe needs a little space. Alright, rock the knee back to center. Switch to your other hand and hug that same knee and bring it across. So you're falling into a twist. Make sure the opposite shoulder stays heavy. And then turn your head the opposite direction of your knee. Again, you can move the knee around a little bit here. You can straighten it out, which is usually a little bit more intense. Try to keep the shoulders heavy, head heavy. And again, take a couple more lengthy breaths. Draw back to center. Let's switch legs. Reset your hips if you need to. Get centered and draw the other knee in. Roll out the ankle. Nice job getting through the sweaty part. Now you can release. Draw the knee to the outside. Open the opposite arm. Relax your shoulders. Again, move it around a little bit. Find your way into some space in the hips and your thigh. Maybe pause somewhere and just let it settle. All right, draw back to center. Switch hands. Draw the knee across. Fall into your twist. Let the spine release. Maybe move the knee back and forth a little bit, or again, straighten it out. Find your home on this side, but keep this opposite shoulder heavy. Remind yourself to turn your head the opposite way of the knee. And take a few more breaths that deepen out a little bit. And finally rock it back to center. All right, whether you tip to the side or use your knees to pull up to center, let's rock up. Have you face the floor. Let's start here low and come into all fours, but here's the deal. You're gonna walk your hands out to the corners of your mat, a little bit wide. Walk your knees back a bit, and then just scoot the hips back. So the hips drop back, the tailbone lifts up, your ribs pull back towards your thigh bones. Pull the heart toward the floor. Keep your elbows long. Try to press through the fingertips and lengthen. And as we pull away from the hands, we get a little release for the back, for the shoulders, for the chest. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull up through the center. Tuck your toes, spread your fingers. Let's rock back to down dog. So as you come back to down dog, walk it out a little bit. Give some space for your feet, your ankles, your calves. Bend just your right knee and let your left leg go long. Do this for me. Push the ribs back, push your hips up, press the floor away, and really find the draw down from your heel to your sit bones.
What travel brings.
Hop it over to the other leg. Lift your tailbone. Again, if you've started to float forward, push it back. Both legs lengthen, both heels. Siblings rise. So you have two choices. You can come to your knees and step the leg through to lunge, or you can pop a leg up and step it through to your lunge. But come into a kneeling lunge. Fold your mat or grab a towel if you want some cushion for your knee. Send your hips forward, heart up. Keep this front heel heavy. And maybe if you've got room and your back feels okay, lift it up. So the goal is to keep the hips forward. As soon as we come here, we've lost our hip space opening, so melt it in. And this is a back flip really, but it does create more opening across the front. So lifting up, or maybe reaching. Breathe. Let's start anew. From here on in. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold it back down. So we'll step back. Again, you can go back to all fours, or you can go back to down dog. Switch legs, and step it through. Drop the hips forward, melt into your front heel. Again, hips heavy, shoulders lifted. And if you feel like you could come up a little bit, even if you're here, as long as the hips stay melted in front of the back knee. If you can take the bend in the back, push the leg away, or maybe reach. It's a loser's table. Breathe. Already won. One more deep inhale. And your exhale drops you back down. Now this time I'm going to have you tuck your back toes and just step towards your front leg into a forward fold. Feet can be apart, feet can be close, knees can be bent. So if you want to get some space for the low back, soften it up. Dribble head, maybe turn it left and right. If you want to fold the arms, feel free to fold the arms. Find some space in the upper back and a fullness in your breath. And keep a really deep in your knees. Scoop out the belly, roll it to the top. Let's get the quads loosened up. Again, if you have your chair, feel free to take the chair for balance. And remember that it's about opening this space again, so nudge the knee back. It's pulling the heel in for sure, but if we do it from here, we lose this space of opening. So nudge the knee back, lift the heart up like we did with our lunge. Ease it back down, take the other side. Again, use the chair if you'd like. Take your knee from forward to back. Lift the ribs. And ease it back down. Take a moment to bring the arms in front, link the fingers, scoop out the belly, so you soften your knees, tuck the tailbone under like someone's poked you in the belly button, stretch the upper back. Tucking the tailbone gets the low back. Nice deep breath comes up. Spread the feet out wide. Link on to one wrist and pull to the other side. Open the side body from all of that lateral movement. Deep inhale through the middle. Switch hands. Kind of tug that arm long and pull it to the opposite. Press down through the feet. Once again, deep breath. Hands come back behind. Link the fingers. Squeeze your elbows in at minimum. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Push the arms long. If you've got room, lift it up. Take another breath to release. And then inhale to the sky. Exhale back to your heart. All right. Thanks for trying out barre. If you haven't done it before, thanks for joining me. If I haven't seen you in a few days, then I hope to see you soon. Thanks, everybody.